Spice Math. That's right. We add it up, multiply it, man. Spice Math. Okay. A couple things we're gonna learn today. Spice Math. All right. Take some time, educate yourself. Spice Math. That's right. You won't believe it's just math. Come on.
Hi, I'm Ruth Doughton.
Hi, I'm Aaron Williams.
Hi, I'm Brandon Alexander.
Hi, I'm Kelvin Doughton.
Hello, I'm Lyndon Sincere.
We are your Spice Math tutors.
You won't believe it's just math. Just math.
Hey there guys, welcome to another episode of Spice Math. Today we're going to be focusing on solving the linear equation part 4. This lesson is catered for forms 3, 4, and 5. You will need a pen and pencil, a notebook, and this very useful site, www.symbolab.com. For this lesson, our objectives will be 1. Solve linear equations with mixed operations by reversing the 4 mathematical operations. 2. Reverse the BOM-DAS sequence for simplifying to solve. 3. Group like terms to the left-hand side of the equation before solving. And 4. Apply the distributive law when solving equations. We are going to group and solve the following equation using 3 steps. 1. Group. 2. Simplify. And 3. Solve. So, here we have solved the equation 3x plus 6 is equal to 10 minus 2x. Remember, your first step would be to group your like terms together. So what we would have done is that we brought our minus 2x over to the left-hand side of the equation, and there it became added to 3x. So we have 3x plus 2x plus 6 is equal to 10. We're still on the grouping, right? We have 3x plus 2x, and what we did here is that we brought plus 6 over to our right-hand side, where it is now 10 minus 6. Notice our operation of addition has changed to the operation of subtraction, right? Then, in our next step is to simplify. So 3x plus 2x gives us 5x, and 10 minus 6 gives us 4. Remember that ultimately we want to solve for x. So x would be to the left-hand side of our equation as our subject, right? So we present our answer as x is equal to 4 on 5. In the previous step, we realized that 5 is multiplied to x. So when we bring 5 over to the right-hand side of our equation, from multiplication, it turns to division. So our answer is x is equal to 4 on 5. Let's have a look at these examples. This equation reads 5x minus 3 is equal to 2x plus 15. Remember, we are trying to solve for x. So our answer should be that x is on the left-hand side of our equation, and whatever x represents would be on the right-hand side of that equation. So our first step is to group our like terms together. See here that we would have brought 2x over to our left-hand side, so it became 5x minus 2x. 2x on the right-hand side was added to 15, and when brought over to the left-hand side of the equation, it is now being subtracted from 5x. So we have 5x minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 15. We are still under the step of grouping our like terms. So on the left-hand side, we have 5x minus 2x is equal to the right-hand side, 15 plus 3. Because in our previous step, we have 3 being subtracted on the left-hand side of the equation, but when brought over to the right-hand side of the equation, it is being added to 15. So our next step would be to simplify this equation. 5x minus 2x is 3x, and 15 plus 3 is 18. So we now have x is equal to 18 divided by 3, because in our previous step, we see that 3 is multiplied to x, and that is equal to 18. And remember, we're solving for x, so x would be the subject of our equation. Therefore, x is equal to 18 divided by 3. And 18 divided by 3 is 6. So the answer for this equation, 5x minus 3, is equal to 2x plus 15. Our answer is x is equal to 6. So for our second example, the equation reads 3x minus 22 is equal to 3 plus 4x. Remember, our first step is to group our like terms together. So we have 3x minus 4x because 4x was on the right-hand side of our equation, and when brought over to the left-hand side, its operation changes to subtraction. So we have 3x minus 4x minus 22 is equal to 3. Remember, we're still under the step of grouping. So we have 3x minus 4x is equal to 3 plus 22. In the previous step, 22 was being subtracted. Now, when moved to the right-hand side of the equation, it's being added to 3. So our second step is to simplify. So we have 3x minus 4x gives us negative 1x. Not sure if you heard this rule in maths before, but when the signs are different, you subtract and you keep the sign of your larger number. So that is how we got negative 1x. And sometimes you may not see this 1 in front of the x because it is implied that when x is for itself, there is a 1 in front of it. So you would see negative x is equal to 25. We got 25 from 3 plus 22. So we have negative x is equal to 25. But that doesn't solve our problem. We want to get x for itself, and we have this negative in front of this x. So on the left-hand side, we divide negative 1x by negative 1. So this cancels out that negative. And we do the same on the right-hand side of the equation. We divide 25 by negative 1, and that would give us negative 25. So the answer for this problem would be x is equal to negative 25. Here are two linear equations for you to try. Now we're going to be expanding and solving using the distributive law. We are going to use the 3 steps: 1, expand; 2, simplify; and 3, solve. Let's try this example. In this example, we are going to solve this linear equation using distributive law. So 4 is going to be multiplied to x to give you 4x plus 4 multiplied by 3 to give you 12 is equal to 2 multiplied by x to give you 2x plus 2 multiplied by 7 to give you 14. And that reads 4x plus 12 is equal to 2x plus 14. Our next step is to group our like terms, right? So we're going to be subtracting 2x from both sides of our equation to do so. So we have 4x minus 2x plus 12 is equal to 2x minus 2x plus 14. Our next line says 2x plus 12, because 4x minus 2x is 2x. In this line, we're simplifying. So we have 2x plus 12 is equal to 0x, because 2x minus 2x is 0 plus 14. In our next step, 2x plus 12 is equal to 14. Now ask yourself this question: who goes first? Remember in our previous video, we went through SAD mob, right? So we have 2x plus 12 minus 12 is equal to 14 minus 12. That simplified gives us 2x is equal to 2, right? Now we're going to divide both sides by 2. So we cancel out our 2's, and that would be x is equal to 1, because 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. I'll leave these two equations with you to try. Please visit www.symbolab.com to check your steps and your answer. Well guys, this brings us to the end of our session today. Thanks for joining us, and see you again on Spice Math.
Okay. A couple things we're gonna learn today. Spice Math. All right. Take some time, educate yourself. Spice Math. That's right. You won't believe it's just math. Come on. You won't believe it's just math.